What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. This is serious. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin showing you shit. Hey man, we are Lily. Turn. Today, we'll pick a day, straight hood outside. Big crib. Yes, sir. We out here in the hood, northside, big crib, northside shit, man. Hey man, if you don't know who your boy is, now you do, man. We out here doing our thing, man. So, I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. Fuck with your boy, man, and keep on staying in tune, man. We know we fighting with Palestine, Congo, Russia whoop Ukraine ass, Texas. Build up them fucking borders ASAP, nigga. Get them motherfuckers out the paint, nigga. Ain't no damn way we getting these niggas all this goddamn money on when we can't even get our reparations, man. Facts, nigga. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. Stay positive, keep on in tune. Comment down below how y'all feel about the videos. Like the videos up and share, man, and stay active, man. But come to the Black Hebrew Israelite. Let's get into this bit, man. Alright. Today, two motherfucking day, straight here outside crib, man. Alright, gang. Gang! Crip gang. 7-4 trade, insane crip, man. Alright, man. We've been talking about this shit, man. What's been going on, man. Pat Mahomes Sr. This shit is wild, man. Pat Mahomes Sr. Okay. Pat Mahomes Sr. was arrested. Pat Mahomes Sr. was arrested. In Tyler, where I'm from. I seen it on some shit, man. I've been seeing it, but I know he's arrested in Tyler. This nigga was arrested in Tyler, getting drunk, nigga. Driving his goddamn car, man, in Texas, man. Ain't no damn way in hell you come down to this bitch drunk driving, man. These niggas in Tyler, these crackers, these popos, racist ass niggas, they not letting nothing slide. It don't matter who the fuck you is, nigga. You could have been the fucking Obama in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Driving around drunk, nigga. They don't give no fucks, nigga. They see you black, they trying to take your ass to jail. You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving out no fucking freebies down this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad situation, man, that that he got locked up, man. But that's why I always tell y'all niggas, man. I'm really related to them niggas, man. Them really my motherfucking cousins and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They, like I said, man, they live like 30 minutes away from where I stay at, man. They really that's why I said I'm not surprised that he came back down to Tyler, because everybody know, man. You from White House, you from Lindale, you from Lufkin, all these motherfucking places. Everybody know about Tyler, man. They know that we some real niggas in this bitch. The hood, street niggas. Everybody know about Tyler, man. They know we the north side. They already know what it is, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that he came down to this bitch, you know what I'm saying, get caught up like that, you know what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes, man. Pat Mahomes this gonna be a W for this nigga, man. Ain't no way in hell Pat Mahomes should lose to Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, that's a W for these niggas, man. It's an easy game, man. I mean, man, all this family drama. I mean, that's the only thing that's fucking with the nigga. But I mean, shit, he already won 2 champs. He would have been a 3-time champ if it wasn't for Tom Brady. He would have been 3 times. So, you know, we living in a time, man, where Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes might finna take over the motherfucking the NFL. If he win this one, hey, legacy starts right here. And I think the only thing they got to worry about is the team staying together and having enough money on to keep on paying these niggas, man. So we finna talk about what's been going on with Pat Mahomes Sr. Getting arrested with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. And some more shit that's been going on in the video. These people from Kansas, I guess they got caught up having a tailgate party, and it was like really big Kansas fans. Well, I guess it was a murder, but they couldn't find out what really happened. So I got all that in this video, and it's a couple more people. It's like I think like about 4 stories of people dying, which is crazy in this bitch. But the Kansas City Chiefs, man, like I said, man, everything is connected, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying it's connected to Pat Mahomes, the senior, but everything is connected to, as far as if you look at the shit, man, you will start seeing some shit. You will start seeing like, okay, boom, 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 and you start thinking, why is it happening? Boom, 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 boom. Then you say, what is it doing this for? Do. You know what I'm saying? It's everything connected. You just gotta see, man. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and yeah, keep on fucking with your boy.
Never miss a single live stream or video of myself, Ocho, and Gil. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Patrick Mahomes Sr. was arrested and charged with his third DWI.
They said this was in Tyler, where I'm from.
Mahomes Sr. was arrested on DWI charges multiple times over the last 12 years. 2012, 2018,
he got arrested in
2019, and a recent arrest over the weekend. Mahomes was arrested for his second driving while intoxicated charge in 2018, served 40 days sentence, and he served those over the weekend. The news come a week before his son takes the field in Super Bowl 58. How do you expect young Patrick to handle this distraction?
That shit
crazy. This is not a distraction. This is not a distraction. It's something that he's dealt with before. His father has had 2 other issues, and it hasn't affected his play on the field. And when
next to this, right before the Super Bowl, now they're gonna ask him.
Yeah,
you know, media day.
Your media is gonna be.
Oh yeah, but he ain't paying that no mind. You know he ain't paying that no mind. Even if they do ask him, we talk about a 2-time Super Bowl champ, one that will never be rattled. That's been in the highest of situations.
These popos are fucking.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Again, it's unfortunate, especially for your father to not learn from the past 2 times.
Yeah, that's what's so
the mistakes he's make. And as a father, I would think you would, at this point, you want to get an Uber. Yeah. You want to get an Uber. If you're inebriated, if you're drinking, if you're consuming alcohol, if you're out somewhere, don't even drive yourself. Have a driver. Obviously, you have a son
how you get arrested
we already know that is completely well off.
What the fuck?
Talk to your son. Pat, have a talk with Dad. Listen, Pops, if you want to go out, if you want to have fun, let me get a car service for you. Let me get a driver for you. That's really nothing. You know, to make sure issues of this extent don't happen again. I think that's something that they should do going forward so they don't have to deal with this again, because obviously it's a stain on the family. And it's going to affect. It's not going to affect Pat on the field, but off the field, having to deal with the media, having to deal with the scrutiny, having to deal with everyone in their personal family business is a bad look.
Anytime someone in the family becomes more prominent, high profile, everybody have to move differently. Patrick Mahomes Sr., your son is Patrick Mahomes Jr. You can't move the same way you once could. You just can't. Ocho, I understood that my brother now was Sterling Sharp, and he's the 7th pick in the NFL draft of the Green Bay Packers. All that trifling stuff that I wanted to do, or that I was doing before, I couldn't do it anymore.
That's the thing with price of
because they're going to say the younger brother of all-pro Packer receiver Sterling Sharp, Shannon Sharp, was arrested.
That's the price of
come on, man. Patrick Mahomes Sr.
They always watch.
I mean, clearly he has an issue. I mean, there's no other way around it. And I hope hopefully he gets that resolved and not put himself, because he lucky. Because remember, Andy Reid's son had a DWI 3 days before the Super Bowl 55, crashing into a broken down car on the roadside.
Damn,
and the crash left a 5-year girl in a coma for 10 days, and she was permanently disabled.
My goodness!
Look at Henry Ruggs. That nigga got.
And so you like I said. A lot of times people think, well, it was just a DWI, nobody was hurt. But how many times have we heard situations where people was hurt? Henry Ruggs, alcohol, driving at a high rate of speed, slams into a car doing over 120 miles an hour.
He in prison,
she's dead. His NFL career, he's in jail.
Crazy.
Leonard Little, involuntary manslaughter. Rams.
Wait, Rams?
Yes.
Little from Florida?
Yes.
From Florida?
Vehicular homicide. Dante Stallworth.
I forgot. I don't even remember these situations.
I just hate that he put himself in that situation. He put himself in that situation. And like you said, Ocho. But here's the thing, Ocho. You and his dad was a professional athlete. The one thing about athletes is that we don't think it's going to happen to us.
Facts.
We're invincible.
Well, it's already happened twice. So you can't be thinking like that.
Yeah.
So
If it happened twice,
you think you're invincible based on the situation and the circumstance that you're in now.
The fame,
My son's Pat Mahomes, wherever I am, if someone does stop me, you know what? It'll be a slap on the wrist. Listen here, Mr. Mahomes, Senior, you can't be out here driving like that. Okay, they let you go. You can get away with a lot of things based on who your son is right now.
Nah, these bitch ass cops don't.
You run into that one officer.
Right. Racist ass cops.
That one officer.
They racist.
Who wants that credit?
Yep.
Who wants to be, the talk of the town in the department?
Yep.
But you're the one that
you come down the town and get arrested, nigga.
But again, there's a problem that he might have, but there's a solution to it.
Yeah.
Some bitches.
Get sloppy drunk. Hey, your son. Look here. If my dad was was an alcoholic. But had he been alive to see me and my brother play, he could. I'd have tried to get him help. But if he couldn't, hey, Dad, there's a car. You don't drive. You got a car.
Hey,
you drive
money on
because I'm a spitting image of my dad. I look just like my dad. And I'm gonna have somebody with him. Now I'm gonna fire your ass if you let my daddy get behind the wheel.
Facts.
Real, yeah.
Your responsibility is to make sure he gets to and from. You driving.
Right. Mm-hmm. But listen, the funny thing is, I have a little experience when it comes to having a parent that likes to drink. That loves to drink. Obviously, on my end,
drinking is good.
It wasn't she didn't like to drink and drive at the same time. But she would drink and it would affect our relationship. So you asked me earlier, was your mom at the Super Bowl? Well, hell, it was hard to deal with her and be around her more than goddamn 2 or 3 goddamn hours because of her consumption of alcohol. And for those that don't know, we did. Matter of fact, just to give a small glimpse of, you never met my mama. I think the world got a chance to see who she was and see what I had to deal with. My mama and she was an alcoholic. She drunk a lot, drunk a lot, to the point where my grandma my grandma raised me for that specific reason. Obviously, I can tell y'all because we all family, the drug use, the alcohol, and abusing it. So my grandma was like, listen, you leaving this little boy here with me, and you can go ahead and my mom moved off to LA. That's how I ended up in Santa Monica. Okay, back to the story. So, dealing with her is she would always consume alcohol, and this might be one of the reasons why I've never drank. She would always consume alcohol, and then she would become someone I didn't even know. She would become someone I didn't even know, and I couldn't quite understand why you always angry. You can't be angry at me because I didn't do anything wrong. But then my grandma always had to explain to me, baby, this is what happens when she drinks. Boom, along with other things.
It makes you remember the past.
I kind of empathize in a sense with Pat because I was still able to play, regardless of what was going on in my personal life and dealing with her. Right. So it's like it's crazy, and one of the reasons she got the name Hurricane Paula because when she does consume alcohol, she becomes just that. It's a hurricane. Right. It's a hurricane, and we had a funny thing with friends of mine throughout the years. You're really not a friend of mine, or you ain't been around long enough if you haven't been cursed out by my mama. If you ain't been cursed out by mama, you aren't really a friend of mine because you ain't been around long enough. My kids got it. I got it. Anybody I dated got it. My coaches got it. My friends got it. Everybody. My teachers got it. Everybody. And it was hard to even have her around important events because
you didn't know she was going to show up drunk, inebriated or not.
Well, hey, boy, listen. My mama and I wanted to help my mama the same way I'm sure Pat wants to help his dad. So I said, you know what? The opportunity presented itself where not only we can make a little money, I can get you some change, but we're going to go on a show with some doctors. We did marriage boot camp. And Chad, if you haven't seen Marriage Boot Camp Family Edition between me and my mom, watch that when you get some time and you'll understand who she really was. Because, most of the time you have family members go on camera and they put on and be someone that they're not. They put on their representative because the world is watching. Me and my mom went on that show. The whole point was to try to mend our relationship and find a way to make things work and figure out what's wrong with her past. They offered
That's
places
what
she can
happens
go.
when niggas get drunk.
They offer the rehab.
They pass.
Unk.
It starts
Every morning
fucking
she
with
woke
them,
up, what's
and
the
they'll
first
take
thing you
that
think she
anger
wanted to
out
do?
on the next nigga because they passed.
Something to drink.
It's making
And
them mad.
they purposely
And
allow her
everybody
to drink.
They don't
and
get
drink,
out the person
and
making
drink,
them mad. You
and
got the niggas who make
man, that
you
woman
love them.
stole the show.
That's what people do, bro.
That woman stole the show. And obviously, I let people that want to go back and watch it and see who Hurricane Paula was, cussed everybody out on the show, cussed out the producers, cussed out the castmates, and we didn't end up finishing the show because she cussed everybody out. She cussed everybody out and left the show before it ended. And from that point on, with me trying to help, there was really nothing I could do because she wasn't even trying to help herself. And my mama passed. She just passed
you know,
in
you gotta
2021.
understand.
What'd you think she died from?
You putting your family.
Probably scoliosis. Hard cirrhosis, not scoliosis.
You putting your
cirrhosis.
family on TV. Some of the people don't want you on
alcohol
TV,
poisoning.
man.
Alcohol poisoning.
If you would have did this
And
low
so,
key, maybe she would have been like more.
There's the story with Pat, and it kind of resonates with me in a sense, not to the sense of her getting in trouble and arrested, but dealing with someone who likes to consume alcohol, and there's really no way to control it, even when you try to get him help him. They just.
Yeah, I don't understand why people like giving up control like that, Ocho. I mean, I think for us, especially like me, I got to be in control. I don't like, there's only. I can only say there's been one time that I kind of lost control, but I was able to regain it, and that was the Lakers situation at that game. But I don't like being out of control, Ocho.
I got drunk before. Shit crazy.
Oh, you think?
I was like that. Yeah, I'm glad.
Oh my goodness.
That
you were drinking?
No, I wouldn't drink. Hell no. Nah.
Oh, so
I was good. Yeah, yeah. No, I wouldn't. No. That's one of the reasons. I think because my father was an alcoholic also.
I drank.
And he ended up having both jawbones removed. Ended up having he ended up dying when I was 13 years of age, and I saw him once to actually know who I was looking at. I saw him when I was in, I think, the kindergarten, first grade. I saw him in first grade. And the next time I saw him, he didn't know I was looking at him. His face was like a looking glass. I was just looking down and staring at him, and he didn't look nothing like the man that I remember seeing all those years ago. Right. But that's what the drinking had done to him. That's what the surgery of having both of his jawbones removed, and why he didn't want to come, because he told my grandma Charlie, that he didn't want his kids to see him in this kind of condition.
See him like that? Okay.
But what he didn't realize, I just wanted to see my father. It wasn't the conditions, it was the man that I wanted to see. And what I would give to have, if I could just have him and my grandfather, Barney Porter, the one that raised me, and him just to see what me and my brother became just for one day. I would love to see years and years, but just for.
So this gonna be part of it. It's gonna be, I guess, 3 fans and the Kansas City Chiefs passed away. Like, what the fuck?
10-year-old boy has been arrested in a deadly shooting on an RTD bus on Saturday. According to Dutch,
truly disturbing. Investigators say the shooter, Michael Banks, was pursuing a romantic relationship with his own 17.
The Kansas City Chiefs are headed back to the Super Bowl, but 3 major fans won't be around to see the big game. Did they freeze to death, or was it something? Twins die after being found unconscious in a car on I-95. This happened near the Golden Glades.
Tonight, we're hearing from a close friend.
This is wild, man. You get put in these positions, man, you doing good, and something just, I know it. Yes, appreciate it. We need those, because if you don't put these copyright disclaimers, they will try to fuck your shit up. But yeah, you can't just let people always get the drop on you. You been in the activity, in the spotlight all the damn time, people would plot on you, most definitely. And I think this will happen. A lot's been going on with the Kansas City Chiefs, man. A lot's been going on with the Kansas City Chiefs, man. And I don't know what the fuck going on, bro. Pat Mahomes got arrested in Tyler, like where I'm from.
We learned at this hour the charges have absolutely been filed overnight. 33-year-old. There you go, sir. 33-year-old Justin Moan of Middletown has been charged with the murder of his father, as well as the abuse of a corpse. It's confirmed at this hour the victim was beheaded by the suspect, guys. He was caught last night about 10 o'clock out near Fort Indian Town Gap near Lebanon, but right now it's better. To put it in the words of Middletown Police Captain Pete Feeney. Captain, thank you so much. Acknowledge you've been on for a long time. You are exhausted. You told me a little while ago that the suspect, Mr. Moan's on his way back, but not back here. What's going to happen to him now?
So, he's being transported back from Fort Indian Town Gap by our officers. He'll go to our station. He'll be processed, fingerprinted, photographed, and then he'll be transported up to Bucks County Correctional Facility as he was arraigned at 4 a.m. by video. The judge denied him bail, so he'll be going up to Bucks County Correctional Facility until the next step in the process.
You're stopping through here in Middletown, really more clerical than anything else, just to keep things right.
Correct. We just have to do, fingerprints and mugshot and some last-minute paperwork.
This is crazy, bro. Ain't no damn way this happened like this.
Spoke with Captain Feeney a little while ago when we were talking about it, and I asked him to confirm the actual beheading, and he goes, well, it's kind of out there, right? And he was referring to a YouTube video that the suspect, Mr. Moan, put out where he literally showed the victim's head in the video. So that's troubling, obviously, for 100 different reasons.
He showed his own dad head in a
Talk to me a
YouTube
little
video?
bit about, you all don't have this kind of thing happen in Middletown ever.
No, not at all. I mean, we there's occasionally a homicide like there is anywhere, but they're few and far between. It's a very safe community.
Cut this nigga head off, put it on
We do
YouTube.
occasionally have a homicide, but it's very rare. Once every couple of years, maybe. And an incident like this, this degree, I've never seen it happen here before.
And Captain V, I know you don't have the whole logbook in front of you, but he's not, the suspect here is not known to you all.
That white motherfucker was
house that you all were by every week for some kind of trouble or another. He's a quiet individual, quiet family.
Yeah, and not familiar to us at all. I mean, we have a few incidents in our record system that we've come out here for various, minor things. I don't know the exact number. I believe it was like 3 is the total number we have, and nothing of a violent nature, nothing, that indicated anything like this.
There you go. Captain Feeney, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you again. He says he'll be able to get some rest once he's done here this morning, Karen, but...
John Martin beheaded his father in gruesome video on social media. Minutes long show, picking his father and decapitated his head. Damn! But ain't no way.
It's like you're in a really nice residential neighborhood. All my neighbors are great people. I mean, they're all, we all watch over each other, and it's just sad. Just something wrong. He had a problem. Maybe somebody should have confronted him. Not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong, but it should never happen like that. That's he should have got some kind of help. That's how I feel about it.
Damn,
I totally screamed. Like somebody sent the video, and I opened the video, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's the guy that I see every day." That I knew something was unhinged with him. So I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
He just started acting funny over the summer. I made a couple calls to the police department because he was sitting right there on that culvert thing, staring at my house constantly.
Damn.
So I thought that's kind of strange, And Saturday he walked by here smelling like weed. And my son smelled it and he walked by. And that was the last time we seen him. But through the summer, about 4 times I had to call the police. They would leave, when they came. No threat, but it's just weird for somebody to stay seated right there, staring straight at my house. And then when I would come home, he would just get up and move. Weird.
New details emerging now about the 32-year-old man at the center of a grisly crime, the murder and dismemberment of his own father. Tonight we're learning the 32-year-old Justin Moan, who police say killed and decapitated decapitated Michael Moan
Like,
Tuesday
yeah, I did
night
it. What's up?
had already been investigated by
That's how he
federal
looked like, yeah, I
authorities
did it. What's
as
up?
recently as 7 months ago. After that gruesome crime this week, the accused killer took to social media, going on an anti-government rant and issuing a call to arms. It's also now coming to light that there were several other red flags that kept those who knew him very much on edge. Action News reporter Trish Hartman live in Middletown Township tonight. Trish, the picture emerging is that of a deeply troubled man.
Yeah, Brian, today we learned that the U.S. Marshal Service investigated the suspect, Justin Moan, in August of last year after he allegedly made a veiled threat towards a U.S. District Court judge. Now, no action was taken and the case was closed that same month. Now, while there are many questions left unanswered about the suspect and about this case, we are learning more about the suspect's past in the years leading up to this horrific crime. 2 days after Michael Moan was found decapitated in his Upper Orchard Road home in Middletown Township, Bucks County, flowers now sit by the door. Police say it was his son, 32-year-old Justin Moan, who committed the gruesome killing Tuesday evening and then uploaded a politically fueled video to YouTube during which he showed his father's head. He also called his father a traitor for working for the government and called himself a militia leader. He was arrested in Lebanon County hours later. According to information provided to law enforcement, Justin Moan held conspiratorial and anti-government views for at least 7 years and attempted to recruit people to join his alleged militia online. Moan also sued the Department of Education 3 times, most recently in 2022, saying the department and the education secretary failed to inform him of the risks of the student loans he used to pay for college. He also sued his former employer, Progressive Insurance in Colorado, claiming discrimination, that the company perceived him as an overeducated male and deprived him of pay and benefits. In that case, the court ruled in favor of Progressive.
It was in the afternoon. As we know, police say that Moan slaughtered his father after his mother left the house about 2 o'clock. By the time she came home at about 7, police say he had decapitated his father and posted it on YouTube, calling on an imaginary militia named after himself, Moan's Militia, to take up arms, kill government employees like his father, and overthrow the country, Gina. His family's quiet Levittown neighborhood is gobsmacked.
He's that boy 32 at his parents' house. It's crazy. That's fun.
You just don't wake up in the morning and think, you know, I think I'm gonna cut his head off.
You never know.
Good police work. Moan was caught fairly quickly out of the Fort Indiantown Gap National Guard base. He drove himself out there in his father's car. Police had been pinging his phone, and he was apparently armed and inside the fence, but police say he gave up without a fight. Now, Gina, I don't know, and police haven't quite said, maybe they don't know either exactly what Moan's intentions were being inside the fence at a National Guard post while packing. We don't quite know that yet, but the timing is crazy too, Gina, because, again, we're talking about these things all morning long. You were covering, I suppose, all of the work on Capitol Hill yesterday, where tech CEOs, specifically of social media companies, defending their policies specifically about children, as politicians accused them of being harmful to kids. Meanwhile, YouTube has this video of Justin Moan up for hours with his father's head on the desk right beside him.
Dang.
Several thousand people saw it. Certainly enough to copy it, and it's all over the place now. Gina.
Hank, that perspective you just shared, absolutely amazing. Not to mention, I know yesterday you were saying how this could have escalated even further. He kills his own father, allegedly arrested for that. But then he was also threatening all government employees and even journalists. So just to think, if this man was still on the loose this morning, who he would potentially attack next.
Shit, he should have been for the top niggas in the government. Shit.
Well, and that's the question. One of the people that we spoke with in the neighborhood yesterday made that point as well, simply saying, Gina, that if you're willing to behead your own father on behalf of some kind of an arcane political
he
point,
went for the motherfucking people at the top.
Willing to shoot a complete stranger. So what he was capable of, especially as he's calling for total revolution, who knows? I'm just really glad they got him when they did, caught up with him when they did, and that he's in custody now. I think that more will be discovered in days to come. But a lot of people have spoken about mental health in regards to this case, Gina, and that's something that needs to be talked about as well.
Kansas City Chiefs fans. Crazy.
What would it be
spontaneously
So Pat Mahomes Sr. got arrested after these niggas done killed his dad.
The Kansas City Chiefs are headed back to the Super Bowl, but three major fans won't be around to see the big game. Did they freeze to death, or was it something more sinister?
Damn, he cut that nigga head off.
This case of Kansas City is arguably one of the more baffling cases that I've come across this year so far, even in 2023 by that standard. Remember I told you about Ashton Brady? He was the neighbor who lives right across from Jordan Willis, who just by happenstance looked down at the exact moment that 911 was being called. Ashton, we know now that that was Clayton's fiance that actually discovered those bodies, called 911 and alerted the authorities. Just walk me through what you saw in that moment.
So basically, I was just going, turn off all my lights. I was getting ready for bed, locking the doors. I went to lock my front door, and I saw a woman come out of the backyard on her phone, and she looked distressed because she kept looking back towards the house, and I thought it was weird. But I just moved in, so I really didn't know much, and so I just went back to my room. 10 minutes later, I saw an ambulance drive by, and I said, well, that's just weird. Something's going on. Went to the front room, looked out, and I saw that there was already 3 cop cars, and there was a man detained, and the woman was talking to the other police, and basically I kind of watched that conspire for an hour or two. The man eventually left. The police searched the house, went to the backyards and everything, and I had no idea what had happened. And the next morning I saw the news that they had found 3 dead bodies, and I just was kind of in disbelief. I was like, wow, I watched that happen.
Right, and actually we're looking at that video that you shot right there on the top left corner of your screen. So basically you're saying that's the video where you're actually looking out and you can see Jordan Willis being detained.
That's probably within the first 5 to 10 minutes.
So somebody else died
I was like,
again?
oh my goodness, something serious is going on at least. So yeah.
So your red flags were going off in that moment, but even before that, right? Because you saw some of these victims' cars that were right here parked in front of your house, and that also kind of alerted you, right? Because that was unusual.
Yeah, we had just moved in, but that week we had never seen those cars there, and then all of a sudden that whole weekend there was cars parked right in front of our drive, and they never left. And they stayed there until the police came, and even after that we found out they were deceased. But yes, those cars never left.
Everything is
obviously
connected,
that was something that raised your suspicions at all. Tell me, I know you hadn't lived here for very long, right? But tell me at all about Jordan Willis, what you know about him. I mean, did you ever see him out and about? Was he friendly? Did he come by and talk to you ever?
Honestly, I've never seen him out. I never saw him or talked to him, so I cannot speak for that, honestly. I do not know.
How about the fact that just something that is so strange, this case in general is bizarre and we don't have many answers, but the fact of the matter is 3 men were outside for 2 days on this backyard, one sitting up in a chair, 2 laying down on their backs, frozen to death. I mean, how do you wrap your mind around all that information?
It's a lot, honestly. I imagine it has something to do with
so I guess the other nigga had killed his dad.
It's strange that how long it occurred for people, for something to notice like that. If it happened on a Sunday, that's a long time, and I feel like something should have been said, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's hard to say out loud because you don't have all the information, but the fact of the matter is 3 men are now dead. Does it feel like you're getting, or your community is getting the answers it deserves right now? That seems to be the big issue that the families have, is it just doesn't feel like they're getting closure because they're not getting answers.
Yeah, I feel for the families and that they just want to know what really happened, and I feel like if we need to know, we need to know. I'm sure answers are going to come out, but I know a lot of people are wondering what happened around here, that's for sure.
What is the talk of the town? How are people talking about it still? Because no doubt about it, the whole world is looking at this case and talking about it. So how do you and your friends talk about it, process it, work through this whole story?
After all this,
we just kind of sit down and talk about it. Sometimes randomly we'll be talking about like what could have really happened, like how do your 3 buddies, just you not notice them for 2 days outside in the backyard. So it's really strange for me and all of our friends. It's really hard for me to say, but I feel like it had to have been just maybe an accident. I don't know. It needs more investigation, though, I think.
Ashley, hang tight. I think Ashley Banfield has a question. Go ahead, Ashley.
I do. I don't think he can hear me with an IFB, but if he can't, pass this question on. Can you ask Ashton if he saw the bodies coming out of the house? Because we learned tonight on Chris Cuomo that the father of one of the men knew that one of the men was died or frozen in a position in a lawn chair on the back porch, and I wondered if he saw gurneys come out with 3 bodies, or if he saw something unusual in the position of the bodies that were brought out of the house.
Sure. We want to know what you saw beyond those initial things that you've shared already, in specific about the bodies coming out of this house. Were you still awake at that time? Did you witness gurneys or medical examiners actually coming out with these bodies or taking them out?
So I actually did not. After that, everyone kind of cleared out, so I didn't know what had happened, so I just went to bed. I thought it was just a misunderstanding or something between a wife and a husband, but that wasn't it at all. So I went to sleep, went to work the next day, and when I was at work, I got an email or a message from a friend, sending me the picture of the article about the dead people, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I honestly did not see an ambulance actually gurney anyone out or anything.
What do you remember about the conditions during those days here in Kansas City? Obviously, these bodies were found frozen. Do you remember it being cold, freezing? Obviously, you saw this woman talking on her cell phone at night, 10 o'clock at night in the winter weather, and so that raised your alarms. But what do you remember just about the temperatures or the weather around that time?
It was cold. It was really cold. I had gone hunting that Sunday, and we hunted a pond, and we actually had to put pretty much an ice prop in there to make the pond open. So I mean, if that tells you anything, we could walk on the ice. That's how thick it was. So I mean, it was definitely below freezing and not temperatures you want to just be outside hanging out in with no clothes.
Yeah, enough to raise red flags. Ashton, thank you very much for sharing that insight.
These dads are demanding answers in the mysterious deaths of their sons. The 3 Kansas City Chiefs football fans who were found in the backyard of a friend's home after a football watch party. What is your theory?
My theory is that they got poisoned, and then they were drugged out of that.
That nigga smoking too many
You
cigarettes.
believe they were poisoned and dragged out of the house?
They come out, and put in the backyard. You can't tell me he didn't know those flies were back there in the backyard.
The football watch party was held at Jordan Willis's house. He's a PhD research scientist. His lawyer says he fell asleep on the couch after his buddies left and didn't realize they were all dead in his backyard until 2 days later.
What?
The question of whether the men were doing drugs continues to bubble.
Even if there was some type of drug involved, how did they get it? Who gave it to them? Who made it?
We also spoke to the father of 37-year-old David Harrington, who says he feels left in the dark. What have the investigators told you about what happened that day or those days?
Nothing at all. I think a lot of people know more than they're saying.
Police say they do not suspect foul play. Do you think they're wrong?
Absolutely.
Police say they do not suspect foul play.
Wow.
Do you think they're wrong?
Absolutely.
I'm kind of losing my mind on this one,
Oh, yeah,
Alex.
cocaine,
I
fentanyl,
fully
and
expected we were going to hear something
That
about drugs in the
fentanyl
toxicology
will do it,
report.
though.
That was not a surprise to me. But at the same time, I didn't expect to hear from the victim's stepmom last night and hear that there were pill bottles inside a backpack that the police did not even bother to take. And what are you hearing on the scene at this point?
These white people get away with everything, man.
Look, I can tell you that this was unexpected, not just for us, but also for the family members. Think about this. I've been knocking on doors, including the medical examiner's office, asking them, look, are you guys going to expedite this toxicology report? And basically, they told me point blank, no, this case is no different than anyone else that comes across our desk, but something must have happened. Something must have changed. Maybe it was that meeting with the Platte County prosecutor, because now all of a sudden we are seeing an expedition of this case. All of a sudden, preliminary toxicology reports are coming into the families, and they now know at least a portion of the story, which is inside of the bloodstream of those 3 men was fentanyl, cocaine, and THC. We don't know the actual specifics, the levels that might have been in that bloodstream, certainly it was enough to go beyond the lethal dosage. But again, the actual toxicology reports are not in the hands of the families at this point. It's in the hands of the detectives, and they have not turned that over yet. But at least the Kansas City Police Department decided that we need to give these folks some answers at least, so that way they can get some closure. Right now, preliminary results, obviously we're asking for that toxicology report so we can get those details and we can report the official cause of death, but that still could take several more weeks.
Yeah, you would think that the families, I mean, it's one thing to get a phone call from the detective, right, to tell you here's what we can, finally reveal. It's another thing to get your hand on the autopsies, and you and your lawyer can go over them and decide what the next step is, like maybe wrongful death lawsuits, like that's something entirely possible. I'm curious, Alex, I'm not going to suggest for a minute that you have been able to dig into the digital files of all of these people, the party guests, Jordan Willis, etc. That's likely something that is tightly held by the police.
And if one friend stay inside and go to sleep,
is that a mine that should be looked at
and
at this
go outside
point?
and check
The fact that maybe there was a whole bunch of chit-chat between all the guys before they came over for the visit to Jordan Willis's house, pertaining to what they might be bringing with them for fun, party favors.
I think that's a great question. I think that if this does move to criminal prosecution, certainly phone lines and text messages, Facebook messages, social media chats, that's all going to be closely examined. Obviously, we heard yesterday from the cousin of Clayton, Caleb, who said that this was just a normal activity that happens when surrounded by Jordan, that he is known to manufacture and distribute drugs to his friends for recreational purposes, was that line of thought. But certainly I think the families, when speaking to them, they're not against criminal prosecution, but only if it actually is deemed to be criminal behavior in terms of maybe passing out these drugs, which ultimately led to their deaths. They're not saying, they're not pushing for that. Yesterday was mostly about just, look, we want answers. We're hoping to get those answers, and if it leads to criminal prosecution, great. But I think, honestly, that meeting with the Platte County prosecutor was probably what expedited this toxicology report, because now, all of a sudden, the Kansas City Police Department, the medical examiners are seeing real action being taken by these victims' families, and they're hustling it along.
Yeah, I mean, I smell a wrongful death suit, probably 3 wrongful death suits at this point from the 3 different families. Listen, I can't imagine what they're going through, because it's bad enough to lose your loved one suddenly, and then it is brutal to lose your loved one and not have answers, and I can't even for a moment fathom what it's like to do that in the national spotlight, and then to get this call, and this to be in the national spotlight. Are any family members sort of, talking about the effects of this on them? I mean, I just would imagine that they're grieving privately, but has anyone said anything?
What's interesting is I think this brings a sense of relief. Yesterday, when speaking to them, they said, we just want to know that people are looking into this, that this is an actual investigation, and that if we don't have the answers, but at least someone's looking for the answers. And so when answers did come today to their doorstep, to their phones, I think that was a relief. Oh my gosh, now we sort of are getting closer to the answers that we've all looked for. That being said, I don't think, at least the family members that I spoke to, it was much of a surprise. I think just about everyone had the idea that drugs were the main contributor here. If it's not the only contributor, it's at least one of them. And so I don't think that there's necessarily a sense of surprise, but I do think that there is a sense of relief knowing that it's coming to a close.
A grieving mother is begging for answers today.
We're at a loss. We don't know what to do.
Norma Chester's son was one of the 3 men found in the backyard of a Kansas City home on January 9th, apparently frozen to death. It happened after they left a watch party at a friend's house. 3 men found in the backyard of a Kansas City home on January 9th, apparently frozen to death. It happened after they left a watch party at a friend's house as they cheered on the Kansas City Chiefs. The victims have been identified as David Harrington, Clayton McGinney, and Ricky Johnson. Norma is Johnson's mother. Have the authorities told you anything about a possible cause of death?
Nothing whatsoever. I have to believe they froze to death, but how they got there and why they were there so long is baffling.
With so few answers, there's been speculation that drugs could have been involved.
It could have been a situation, too, where maybe they're inside and they
they do the drugs, and then 3 of them are not feeling well. I'm gonna go outside, get some air, and then like soon after that they OD. I don't know. And the one guy stayed on the couch, maybe passed out. Do you believe, as some are speculating, that drugs may have been involved?
I can't say that they're not, but all 3 men did.
The football watch party was held at a friend's house. He has been identified as Jordan Willis, a research scientist. His lawyer says he fell asleep on the couch after his buddies left and did not realize they were all dead in his backyard until 2 days later.
This guy brags on being a scientist. I mean, all I can think of is what did he concoct?
This guy brags on being a scientist. I mean, all I can think of is what did he concoct?
They died and then froze. They didn't freeze to death.
Prosecutors say they now know what triggered a deadly shooting spree in Tampa yesterday, and it is truly disturbing. Investigators say the shooter, Michael Banks, was pursuing a romantic relationship with his own 17-year-old daughter. Family members tried to stop it, so he shot them. Now Banks is facing several charges, including first-degree murder. He faced a Tampa judge this afternoon. Fox 13's Gloria Gomez was there. Joins us live from Hillsborough County Courthouse. Gloria, I have to take a breath with this one for sure. What exactly happened today?
Well, he was asking for bond today, but the judge decided to keep him in jail until a bond hearing next week. But in the meantime, Mark, like you said, a lot of disturbing new details coming out in this case.
With Michael Banks.
Michael Banks made his first appearance in court on several charges, including first-degree murder.
So, Mr. Banks, since the state has filed a motion for pretrial detention, you will be held without bond on these charges until you go before that judge.
On Wednesday, investigators say Banks targeted his own family in a violent shooting spree. It all unfolded at a home on North 23rd Street in Tampa. According to new court documents, Banks flew into a violent rage after he overheard his mother and another woman discussing kicking Banks out of the family home. After it was revealed, Banks was, quote, pursuing a romantic relationship with his daughter. They say Banks, feeling angry and betrayed, grabbed a muzzle-loaded revolver and shot and killed an unidentified woman in the kitchen, then shot his mother. The bullet grazed her head. Detectives say Banks wasn't finished. He then went after his 17-year-old daughter, who was taking a shower when he shot through the bathroom door, a bullet striking her leg. Banks' daughter and mother ran out of the house screaming for help as neighbors watched.
There was 2 women. One of them had just a really long shirt over her front, and she was covered in blood from her head all the way down. It's just covering her everywhere.
They say Banks began shooting at officers, and they returned fire. No officer was injured during the gunfire, and Banks was eventually taken into custody. Banks has a violent criminal history that includes a conviction on an aggravated battery charge for beating a pregnant woman in 2007. Now Banks is facing more serious charges that, if convicted, could send him away for life.
In the fucking head.
And Mark, that bond hearing is set for next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. The judge will hear evidence, will hear arguments, and then make her ruling. We, of course, will be there to hear probably more disturbing.
Breaking news. We're learning details in a highway horror. An exit off of I-95 shut down after an incident involving 2 children.
Miami-Dade police have confirmed those children are dead. The woman they were with in the hospital is in critical condition. Let's turn to Leanne Mulholland live from the scene with more on these heartbreaking details. Do we have any updates, Leanne?
Well, they did provide a truly disturbing update a short time ago. That is, investigators with the Miami-Dade Police Department. All of this unfolding along the northbound lanes of I-95, specifically the ramp that heads to the turnpike. I want to take you to some video because this is the vehicle that police were focusing their attention on throughout the morning. They say 2 little kids were found inside that SUV. The female driver of that vehicle was injured on the train tracks below that overpass. Now, according to Miami-Dade police, they say that they began to receive calls for help from other drivers just before 2 o'clock this morning, reporting 2 children were unresponsive inside of a vehicle. When police arrived, they found a boy and girl around the ages of 3 or 4 years old inside of
of that vehicle. Now, police say that as soon as they arrived, a woman believed to be the driver of that SUV jumped from the overpass to the ground below. We also have video of that as Sky 10 flew over the scene once the sun rose, giving us a better idea of what police are looking at. You can see there next to the train tracks, there's some clothes as well. The children were pronounced dead at Jackson North. That woman was taken in critical condition to HCA Florida Aventura Hospital.
Man, these people just down like flies, man.
Right now, our investigators are working to piece this tragic incident together. There are many questions that they have that they're working to find answers to. The familial relationship between the adult female and the children is still unknown. We're working to confirm some facts.
All right, so at this point, no one has been identified publicly. At this point, we know that two children, ages about 3 and 4 years old, are now deceased. A woman with them in a vehicle, now in critical condition in the hospital. We do have our traffic reporter, Alexis Frazier, standing by. Alexis, investigators say they're going to be on scene for at least another few hours. So whatever traffic impacts you're seeing are likely to last a little longer.
You never know when it's your time, man.
Twins died after being found unconscious in a car on I-95. This happened near the Golden Glades.
Tonight, we're hearing from a close friend of that mother. CBS News Miami's Peter Dan joins us live from North Miami Beach with what that mother had to say. Peter.
Well, Ellie and Lauren, as you mentioned, we just spoke with a close friend of the mother. She told us she could not believe what happened. Miami-Dade police say there are a series of unanswered questions.
It was around 2 in the morning when there was a 911 call about a vehicle on the I-95 northbound ramp to the Florida Turnpike in 826.
Two children not breathing on I-95 and the Turnpike. It's northbound before the exit, right shoulder. They're on the right shoulder.
That's a lot. That's really sad to know that the kids lost their lives so young.
Suzette Morant is horrified that these 3-year-old twins, a boy and a girl, lost their lives when authorities say they were with this woman, Charlene Alseem, who Morant and family members say was their mother.
To be honest with you, she's a good mother because I know she has an older son. Her older son is about 16 or 18 years old.
Morant says Alseem was such a good friend that she even co-signed on a loan for her car.
She's been a good mother, and that's the only reason why I got her the car, because I wanted those kids to get around safe and reliable. Not somebody I know would do nothing like that. That's impossible for her. She's not that kind of person, so it's just so mind-boggling.
So the kids were found dead inside the car and they closed on the side of the road?
Initially told the children were unresponsive. This silver van was at the center of the investigation.
And they closed off
the female on
the
scene was the driver of the vehicle. She was driving the vehicle where these juveniles were located, and that adult female went over the railing to the on-ramp onto the railroad tracks, which is a considerable distance.
The mother was rushed to Aventura Hospital. The 3-year-old twins did not survive. It's not clear how the twins died. What? The medical examiner will have to determine the cause of their deaths, as the injuries were not obvious.
It's not clear how the twins died. The medical examiner
they found out every fucking thing for the other victims, but when it comes to us, we don't know what the fuck happened.
The injuries were not obvious.
Shirley Alseem is getting intensive treatment for what Miami-Dade police call a suicide attempt. Something friends and family don't believe.
Something friends and family don't believe.
That's not the kind of person who she is.
Between Shirley Alseem's friend, business partner, and Alseem's husband, Milson.
I'm not gonna speak too much.
What put her in this emergency room at Aventura and led to the deaths of her twin 3-year-olds, Militier and Milanjeet Cadet, seems unreal.
We want to get to the bottom of it and find out why.
Yeah.
Why did she do that?
Around 2 Friday morning along this I-95 northbound ramp to the Florida Turnpike, someone found Alseem's twins alone inside an SUV, both in dire need of help.
children not breathing.
Soon after, Miami-Dade police found their mother in critical condition on railroad tracks below the overpass. Investigators believe she jumped. Doctors tried to save the children's lives, but could not. Investigators do not know what caused the twins' deaths.
I don't know what happened.
Wilson Cadet Alcim's husband and the twins' father has not slept. He told us in Creole he came home and did not see his family. He says he called Alcim over and over without response. So he went to police and is still stunned by what they told him. Today I get a response. I have 2 kids, my beautiful kids, who died in a condition, I don't know. I don't know what happened. This isn't someone with problems, no problems mentally. He says Alcim worked full-time and has been running her own tax business for 7 years with her friend Suzette Moret. She says Alcim brought the twins to work often and saw them last in the office on Monday.
She was a regular person. She didn't have nothing different about her. She did her work and she go home.
While Alcim survived, she's not well enough to have visitors. Still, loved ones say they'll wait nearby as long as it takes to offer comfort as detectives figure out why these children died.
This shit crazy, man. I guess it's where she fell. Is it? Or they bring her to the hospital? I don't fucking know what's going on, man. This shit's crazy, man. You never know, man. So I guess they talking to her. They talking to her right now in the back of the, you know what I'm saying? I guess they put whoever it is on the side of on the walk. I still don't know what's really going on. What the fuck is wrong with this lady?
At this hour, a 13-year-old boy has been arrested in a deadly shooting on an RTD bus on Saturday. According to Denver police, the victim.
I'll be back. Alright, gang. So, Pat Mahomes Sr. I'm gonna see what he really got, like, what they gonna do to what they gonna charge him for. You know what I'm saying? Public intoxication or some shit like that. So, yeah. Pat Mahomes, Tyler, Texas. He got arrested where I'm from. I told you, niggas. Daniel released on Sunday afternoon. Nigga, I told y'all niggas, we fam in this bitch. Hey, that's my cousin, man. You know what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes, my cousin. That's crazy, man. So, damn. That's his third DWI, nigga. Eventually, they gonna lock that nigga up for a long time, or they just gonna take away that nigga driver license. He ain't be able to drive at all. But it's like, Pat Mahomes, what is you doing? Bruh, your dad, how you gonna let your dad just drive around? I mean, is he a grown-ass man? Let's be honest. But you a millionaire, nigga. How did you let your dad just do some shit like this? Bro, you should set your dad up to where it wouldn't even be like that. But I mean, man, like I said, man, he's a grown-ass man, man. And, you know, you just want to be, when you're a grown man, you want to do your own thing. You don't want to have your kid in your ear to my whoop through. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't go this way. But, man, it's your third DWI, nigga. They gonna try to give you some years for this shit, man. And you come down there, where I'm from, the north side, to do this? Bro, you crazy. Pat Mahomes Senior, I wish you would have came to meet me. You know what I'm saying? We could have chopped it up, and I would have told you, yeah, my grandma knew your people, and whoop the whoop, and we went to the same church, and whoop the whoop, and yeah. But damn, man, that shit crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, to have these type of celebrities come from your city or close to your city is insane. You know what I'm saying? From a person, you know, people, I understand. I knew about Pat Mahomes before everybody knew about Pat Mahomes. You get what I'm saying? We knew about Pat Mahomes before anybody knew about Pat Mahomes. So, you know how some stories be like, you be like, what? You be wondering, how the fuck is that nigga, how the fuck did that nigga become famous, super famous like that? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, when you have people that you know who became super famous, and you're like, okay, I see it. But some niggas should be wondering, how the fuck did these niggas become super famous? Like, how the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just be wondering. But cause sometimes they don't feel like a real person. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these people don't feel like real persons, and they feel like they industry plants or robots. But Pat Mahomes, man, we been knowing about that nigga since forever, man. And he's solid, man. I mean, the people he used to hang out with, they were more like white people. So you see by his girlfriend, she white, but you know, that nigga was cold with football, man. That's all we gotta say, man. But I feel like Greg Ward was still better, man. But yeah, man. So it's like, man, damn, Pat Mahomes Sr., you coming down to this bitch? Like I said in the video, man, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about a black person, nigga. It don't matter who the fuck you is, nigga. They finna lock your ass up and charge you, nigga. It don't matter what, nigga. These cops are the KKK in this bitch, man. That's all I gotta say, man. And it's like, bro, you coming down to this bitch. I don't care how much money y'all you got. You do some crazy shit that they feel like is crazy. Yeah, they finna get your ass. And they don't matter what type of power you got and what type of money you got. They gonna still try to lock your ass up and charge you with some shit, man. And it's crazy, man. He came down to the north side, man. To the north, man. To the north. Man, I don't know. I can't make this shit up, nigga. You can't make this shit up, man. I'm glad he's free, though. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that nigga in no jail for no fucking DWI. Come on, man. So, we finna talk about these videos, man. First video was nigga talking about he coughed a nigga head. He talking about he coughed his dad's head because they was in the government. That's wild, you know what I'm saying? We don't got run script to get to the, you know what I'm saying? But you coughed him, hey, I don't trust the government either, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, he should got one of them. He should have went for the toppy tops. The niggas who really control, who really trying to do some shit, just take them pussies out. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you took your dad out of it. Who knows what he was trying to do? Nigga was the head of a whole militia. God damn, nigga. He said, okay, I've been trained my whole life. I gotta take this nigga out. His own dad, nigga. And it's like, man, who knows we could do? Man, you gotta understand, he probably was angry at that nigga. So he probably, it was easy for him to take that nigga out. But it's like, damn, man. He caught that nigga head and put it into a YouTube video. Damn! Killer Hound type shit. Can't trust these white people, man. That shit crazy, man. But hey, man, he took out his dad because he's part of the government. The Kansas City Chiefs shit. That shit is weird. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying, man. But this was before the Pat Mahomes Sr. shit, that the DWI. I guess the dude brought these niggas to a tailgate party. You gotta think in your mind, man. For a nigga to go to a tailgate party, well, I mean, these white people, so I don't fucking know. You know, black niggas, you know what I'm saying? For a nigga to go to a tailgate party with some motherfuckers, you gotta be, like, real close with these niggas. I ain't saying text these niggas every fucking day, but you gotta be close to these niggas. You gotta at least say, when you leave or whoop the whoop, you might text niggas like whoop the whoop or some shit, you know what I'm saying? For 2-3 days, you didn't know your best friends were outside in the back of your fucking yard and they cars in front of your crib. What the fuck? How the fuck you don't understand? Like, that's just some goofy ass shit. But like I said again, man, at least he took out his own white people, you know what I'm saying? That shit crazy, man. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, how you understand that 3 people, 3 whole bodies, 3 niggas that you chill with and have fucking tailgate with. How you don't know that these motherfuckers are dead in the back of your yard? Like 2 on the ground and 1 in a chair. You know what I'm saying? Man, something with that Fenty and white people, man. They come down in this bitch and they start doing Fenty. These niggas be looking like the motherfucking, what's that nigga off of? That nigga with my precious. These motherfucking white people look like them, like that shit. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Gargamel or some shit? They look like that nigga with the fucked up missing hair and shit. I'm telling you, once these motherfucking white people get on these damn drugs, nigga, they fuck, nigga. They be looking like a whole motherfucking gremlin out here, like a whole fucking troll. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, you know, they had all them other stuff in it. The only thing I can see Fenty in, man, you could lace some weed with Fenty. Maybe the cocaine, Fenty, but it's like, damn, that fentanyl, man, that's what really be taking niggas out is that Fenty. And it's like, bruh, so you tell me only that them three was doing Fenty and the nigga was sitting in a chair, that nigga was just cooling. Like, how the fuck you fall asleep for 2 fucking days straight, nigga, and not know where your friends at? You got 3 whole friends, they didn't text you. You would think it was weird when them niggas didn't text you, not once, not none of them. Like, you know what I mean? That's just the same shit. I just be like, man, that's some goofy ass shit. And he wasn't even charged. The family said they know he did it. Yeah, he did it. Ain't no damn way. He did it. He a scientist. He can create anything. He did like all that motherfucking chemicals and shit. He did it. Then like the popo like, nah, he didn't do it. We don't know what to could have been. Like, bruh. Ain't no damn way, bro. They used to go. I guess they all used to go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Man, what if this over a bet or some shit? And they all got mad at each other, and he just like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck them. They gonna come to my crib and eat all my damn food. Fuck them. And put some fucking weird shit in they fucking shit where they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you never know with these people, man. It's like, man, you wanna fuck with these people, man, because y'all chill and y'all do certain things. But you never know what could be the breaking point for a person or who they really are, you know what I'm saying, till it's too late type shit, man. Because a person gonna try to be like someone for a whole, for some 10 years until they just slip up once. You're like, okay, I see who you really are. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you gotta always, that's what I tell people, man, you can't go through life like, everything rainbows, sunshine, and sugar. No, nigga, because if you do that shit, nigga, you ain't gonna, if you don't check out the person's credentials or scan these niggas could take your life. You know what I'm saying? You going through that world trying to be a social butterfly. Yeah, you be a social butterfly in the grave, nigga. Like, nigga, there's no time to be social butterflies, nigga. There's no time. We in red alert, nigga. The whole America is about to shut down all the borders. All the borders across the world about to get shut down. Nigga, it's up and it's stuck, nigga. We ain't got time for no goofy ass shit, nigga. And all that friendly ass shit, man, is just, hey, it's crazy, man. You know, life we live in, man, you can never know who could be that person who could try to ruin shit, man. And it's like, we live in this life, man, where we try to stay 100% 10 toes to scan and do this, but, hey, it be like that sometimes, man. And it's like, damn, 3 motherfuckers at the same time. That white boy is ready. He killed 3 white boys at the same time. Like, that gotta be some powerful ass shit. And these popos, they some say so fucking ass. Popos, y'all some pussy ass motherfucking cops, man. Y'all trash as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I stand on that shit, man. Y'all don't do nothing in this bitch. Just cause more drama and distractions and make people confused. More confusion, you bitch ass cops. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so Pat Mahomes Sr., man, oh yeah, and it was more deaths after that, but you know, that really wasn't part of the story, but like I said, all's connected. You gotta make it make sense. But yeah, man, so it's like, man, Pat Mahomes Sr., man, you come down to the north side, to Tyler, man, and you're drunk. Bro, what is you doing, bro? Like, I appreciate you came down to this bitch, because you know what I'm saying? We lit, you know what I'm saying? We need to, bro, we fighting against police brutality. So these popos on red alert right now. Niggas been dying. Niggas been missing. Nigga, this the slums. Nigga, this the trenches, nigga. Niggas been dying. Niggas been missing. Niggas been having shootouts. Niggas been getting shot in the face for just randomly walking, nigga. Like, it's so much. Niggas getting hit, drive-by hits. Niggas just getting hit by cars and killed in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Like, I seen this poster of this dude missing. I'm like, bruh, if he missing in Tyler, bruh, where I'm from, nigga, you gone. And he was like Mexican or white. Bro, you're gone in the hood. Nah, you not finna be found. Like, the only white people in this bitch over here is like motherfuckers on fentanyl and all fucking. You know what I'm saying? Just weird motherfuckers. coming from jail and weird motherfuckers. Hey, nigga, if you get caught up in this bitch, nigga, you're gone. I hate to tell it. That motherfucker gone. So I don't know why he came down this bitch, you know what I'm saying? I guess to shine some light on us. I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, help us out. Pat Mahomes senior shit. Hey, you never know who's meant to boost, who meant to, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of help people out. You know, you just go through life, man. So that's all I'll be saying, man. Hey, that's really my cousin, you know what I'm saying? He probably came down to see me, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't find me because he was drunk. Hey, cuzzo, I'm in the north side. Next time Pat Mahomes Senior, cuzzo, next time you come down to Tyler, man, come to the north, man, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's crazy, man. You know, you get caught up in this situation, man, and you know, shit, I don't know what to tell you, man. Pat Mahomes Senior, man, I hope that you know, I hope you everything get figured out for you, man, because you know you don't want to get caught down in this bitch, man, and get caught lacking. And these cops, man, they really love to get people caught lacking, man. In this bitch, man, Texas, man, you know my biggest ops is the white man and police brutality and all this fake ass government shit, man. But hey, man, life is weird, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know I'm gonna keep on posting these videos, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and stay connected in this bitch, man. I appreciate all y'all who support your boy, man. And Pat Mahomes Senior, appreciate it, cuzzo. You know what I'm saying? Coming through this bit, man. Hey, it be some people in this bit like, y'all know Ricky Williams, the football player who used to play for Dolphins. He from this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Bone Collector, he from this bitch. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is from this bitch that y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? That y'all don't know that they was from this bitch. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, keep on staying connected with your boy, man. Hey, time's about to change, man. Y'all gonna see that. Hey, all this talking I'm saying, it's all gonna work out to fruition. And y'all gonna see that this nigga wasn't just talking talk, man. This nigga was really walking the walk. So I hope y'all enjoy these videos. We out this bit. Thank y'all. Wait for another day. Hood and outside. Crib. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and that on crib.
Hey, Dad, you know, dawg, when we link up, dawg, this shit be legendary. Even though this is instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.